It's time for RWB and why? Because I got me a spanking new haircut and I want to watch me some tunes. Don't stop, don't stop, beat, gonna stop, beat, gonna stop, beat, gonna stop. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? It's Dr. Jedi Otaku. We're gonna watch another episode of RWBY. No recap today, we're just going into it. Ready? Play. Let's do this shit, guys.
I need you to pick a tablecloth.
They're the same.
Aren't they both the same? I don't even know why I asked.
Casually lifting. Jesus.
So, have you picked out a dress yet? What's the point? Who cares about the dance if Blake isn't going?
Oh, don't worry. She's going.
What?
Has RWBY got anyone she's going with?
No doilies.
If I don't get doilies, you don't get fog machines.
Your dance is gonna have fog machines?
We were thinking about it.
That's pretty cool.
You ladies all excited for dress up?
Yeah, right.
Laugh all you want. I'll be turning heads tomorrow night.
What are you two wearing?
This?
Ignore him, for he knows not what he says.
Hey, I may have moved to Mistral, but I grew up in Vacuo. It's not exactly a shirt and tie kind of place.
Yeah, we've noticed.
So, what does Blake think of all this? She's still being all, you know, Blakey?
Obviously. I still can't think of a way to change her mind.
Guys, trust me. Blake will be at the dance tomorrow.
Just getting targeted. Ember. Yep.
Hello! Where do you... We need to talk.
Yeah.
Is Nora gonna be in there? Nora's gonna be in there.
We need to talk.
Nope. Ren.
Ren, I'm just gonna come out and say it. You are one of my best friends. These past few months, I feel like we've really bonded. Even though you don't say much. I mean, you're really quiet. To be perfectly honest, I don't know that much about you personally, but darn it, I consider you to be the brother I never had.
And I you.
Which is why I wanted to get your advice on
He's so uncomfortable.
girls.
Girls?
I just don't know how to... girls. I guess what I'm asking is, well, how did you and Nora, you know...
We're
not actually together.
Nora, I said headphones on!
Sean, what is this all about?
It's Weiss. I'm completely head over heels for her, and she won't even give me a chance. She's cold, but she's also incredible. She's smart and graceful and talented. I mean, have you heard her sing? I just wish she'd take me seriously, you know? I wish I could tell her how I feel without messing it all up.
Then do it.
What?
Tell her exactly what you've just said.
Damn it.
No ridiculous schemes.
No.
No pickup lines.
Pyrrha.
Be honest.
But what...
John. You can't get it wrong if it's the truth.
No, John. No, Pyrrha. No. I want it to be you two.
You're right. Thanks, Pyrrha.
Damn,
Good talk,
Pyrrha's
Ren.
ass is big right there. Sorry, guys. I just noticed that shit. Damn it!
Practice what you preach, Pyrrha.
That's right, Nora. Tell her right.
Yang, if you're going to tell me to stop, you may as well just save your breath.
I don't want you to stop. I want you to slow down.
We don't have the luxury to slow down.
It's not a luxury. It's a necessity.
The necessity is stopping Torchwick.
And we're going to. But first you have to sit down and listen to what I have to say.
That's right.
Ruby
Flirty.
and I grew up in Patch, an island just off the coast of Vale. Our parents were huntsmen. Our dad taught at Signal, and our mom would take on missions around the kingdom. Her name was Summer Rose, and she was like super mom, baker of cookies and slayer of giant monsters. And then, one day she left for a mission and never came back. It was tough. Ruby was really torn up, but I think she was still too young to really get what was going on, you know? And my dad just kind of shut down. It wasn't long before I learned why. Summer wasn't the first love he'd lost. She was the second. The first
Your mom.
was my mom. He
That's why
wouldn't
they have
tell me
different
everything.
names.
But I learned that the two of them had been on a team together with Summer and Crow, and that she'd left me with him just after I was born. No one had seen her since.
Why did she leave you?
That question. Why? I didn't know the answer, but I was determined to find out. It was all I thought about. I would ask anybody I could what they knew about her. Then, one day, I found something. What I thought was a clue that could lead me to answers. Or maybe even my mother. I waited for Dad to leave the house, put Ruby in a wagon, and headed out. I must have walked for hours. I had cuts and bruises, was totally exhausted, but I wasn't gonna let anything stop me. When we finally got there, I could barely stand. But I didn't care. I had made it. And then I saw them. Those burning red eyes. There we were, a toddler asleep in the back of a wagon and a stupid girl too exhausted to even cry for help. We might as well have been served on a silver platter. But, as luck would have it, our uncle showed up just in time. My stubbornness should have gotten us killed that night.
Yang, I'm sorry that happened to you, and I understand what you're trying to tell me, but this is different. I'm not a child, and this isn't just a search for answers. I can't just—
I told you,
What'd
I'm
you
not telling
draw?
you to stop. I haven't. To this day, I still want to know what happened to my mother and why she left me, but I will never let that search control me. We're going to find the answers we're looking for, Blake. But if we destroy ourselves in the process, then what good are we?
You don't understand. I'm the only one who can do this.
Why?
No, you don't understand. If Roman Torchwood walked through that door, what would you do?
I'd
She
fight
went
him.
red-eyed.
You'd lose.
I can't stop him.
You can't even stop me.
Make out. Damn it.
I'm not asking you to stop. Just please, get some rest.
Back to purple eyes.
Not just for you, but for the people you care about.
Shipping, guys.
And if you feel
Shipping
like
so
trying
hard
out
right now.
tomorrow, I'll save you a dance.
Oh, super shipping! Oh, I'm super shipping right now! Oh my god, just like splat all over there. Oh, I'm shipping so hard.
Neptune!
Oh no.
Oh, hey, what's up?
I know this is a little unorthodox, but I wanted to ask you something. Would you like to accompany me to the dance tomorrow?
John. Pyrrha. Pyrrha, pick up the damn flower and find him.
Oh, you look beautiful! Can we have a serious talk about how Weiss fights in these?
So, does this mean we're going together?
Technically, though my first dance is spoken for.
Yang! Mm. Very casual. Yay.
I told you she would come.
Mission accomplished. So, what do we do now?
Just have fun.
Does that mean I can change out of these stupid things and into my hood now?
Red Riding Hood much?
Stupid lady stilts.
Not enjoying yourself?
Ospen.
Oh, no. Everything's fine. I'm just not much of a fancy-pantsy dancy girl.
Well, you can't spend your entire life on the battlefield, even if you may want to.
Yeah, that lesson's been floating around a lot lately.
If you think about it, fighting and dancing aren't so different. Two partners interlocked. Although, one wrong move on the ballroom merely leads to a swollen foot.
Or a twisted ankle.
It's not every day that friends are able to come together like this. Time has a way of testing our bonds. But it's nights like these that can help keep them stronger than ever. Nights like these are ones we'll never forget.
You guys are just in time.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh no, man. I really like this episode a lot. There wasn't much to it in terms of action or anything, but this was definitely a really good character building. In fact, I think it actually might be like the most character-driven episode that we've seen so far in the first 2 volumes. Really a lot of character development. We actually get to see some conversation out of Ren, which was we haven't seen anything out of him really in the I don't know how many ever episodes. I also thought it was really interesting that he and Nora aren't actually together, and that Nora was kind of super embarrassed about it, and Ren was super embarrassed about it. And I don't know if there's something like what is going on there. What's that relationship? We don't know any history to that. There's like some mystery to there that we definitely could find out more about. Going back to the beginning, I loved how Yang was so strong, and they're just casually showing that. Her strength is such a unique feature to her. And I really love how Yang is not just strong physically, but her personality is so strong, and that she is this great female character. That's why I think I'm so drawn to her. Out of all of the characters, if all of them were real people, I would definitely fall for Yang out of all of the 4 main girls. Just because of her strength and her resilience, and I love that aspect to her. And like Neptune said, what a woman. We keep getting all these little tidbits about everyone's history and their personalities. And looking at Sun in this episode, we find out that he was born in Minstrel, but actually grew up in Vacchio. And Vacchio's, we learned a little bit about their fashion status, and that Vacchio's doesn't wear shirts and stuff. That actually makes me feel like it's a little bit more of a savage type of land. Not savage type of land, but a little bit more nomadic in culture, and that things like fashion is not really something that's really thought of as something relevant to society in Vacchio. Maybe it's a desert planet. It kind of reminds me of like the Fremen kind of thing from Dune. I liked John actually in this, even though I still want him to just be with Pyrrha, and Pyrrha also wants to be with John. I liked how John reached out to Ren and was trying to actually like have a conversation and really had his feelings out there on the floor. And so I like that, even though it's not just some stupid kind of crush that John has and that he's just trying because he is it, but he actually has some. He's definitely has real butterflies when it comes to Wise, and I haven't ever given him that. So I kind of have to give it to him for at least, you can't help what you feel. So I have to give it to John for that. And just that whole scene was really funny to me, with Ren being so uncomfortable just sitting in his towel. He's trying to reach for his clothes. I thought that was pretty funny. And then going on to Nora, because after Pyrrha gave John that speech about being honest and just telling her the truth, I love that Nora was like, you got to practice what you preach, girl, because this is really difficult and we all see it. And like, it's only you two that don't, aren't talking honestly to each other. So I really like that. I would like to see more of Ren and Nora in general. I would like to see more of them as characters, not just kind of these one-off sentences. And I think the writers definitely, we're at a point where we definitely could grow that out, and the writers for Rooster Teeth definitely know that, and so they're starting to bring in these a little bit more of Ren and Nora, and so I suspect that the next few chapters will have more additional stuff out of them. Before we get to the big picture, which is Blake and Yang, let's talk about the end of the episode. Just a couple of things that I thought was really cool was the actual dance, and RWBY like being super uncomfortable with where she's at, and how Aspen comes in and is like, yeah, sometimes we got to step out of our comfort zone and actually do what we want, like what we may not want to do normally, because those are the memories that we take when we do things out of the ordinary and do things that we wouldn't normally do. We actually remember those a lot better than we do our everyday lives. I couldn't tell you what I had for breakfast 3 days ago. No idea. But if I went out to eat and went to some fancy place and had to dress up, I would remember that. So I thought that was really cool, and I like that the episode ends with Blake, with Mercury and Emerald walking into the dance right as Aspen was saying that there are other times ahead that will be hard and things will be difficult, but right now you have the opportunity to enjoy yourself. And it's just silly foreshadowing, because now the next episode, I suspect, will be about some kind of incident during the dance. We'll find out. But let's get to the meat of this episode, because this was the biggest chunk that we've seen since the first episode, since episode 1. No, actually, since episode 8. This is the first time that we've seen since chapter 8 of volume 1, where we actually get to see Yang and Blake, just the two of them and their interactions with each other. And guys, I cannot tell you how freaking hard I'm shipping right now. Like, that was the most intense moments in there. But besides the shipping part of it, I loved how much Yang was really trying to reach Blake, and we learned so much about Yang this episode with not her mom, but RWBY's mom, and that Yang's mom is actually a different person. And I asked that in one of my earlier things, like, why do they have different names? And now we know why. And that Yang's mom has been missing. We don't know anything about Yang's mom, and then we know only that she's missing, which like any good story writer would only bring that forward to give us, there will be a payoff to that later on. So we're definitely going to meet Yang's mom at some point, probably the end of volume 3, and that will lead into the second season, whatever that is, volume 4 or whatever, and that will really be who the main antagonist is for the second season. My prediction. I really enjoyed how that dream sequence was animated, and it was very different from the way that we had seen it. The rest of the show has been animated, and I like that. It almost looks kind of like the trailers or anytime that they're doing the explanations of things, but this was a little bit more fleshed out. And when they explain things, like when they were explaining that what the creatures of Grimm are in all the World of Remnant series episodes, they have kind of a blank background, and they use a similar kind of free-handed look to the animation as they're describing things. But in the dream sequence, we actually had full splashes of the environment and everything that was going around it, and it really had this kind of haunting look to it. It was almost like chalkboard-ish a little bit, just kind of chalking at the top and the bottoms. I don't know what that was. It really just drew me in. I really, really enjoyed that. But it made me wonder what she was drawing on the board. It looked like it was a gear of some sort. Was that the scythe, Ruby scythe? I'm not sure. And again, we get an instance of Ruby's eyes changing whenever she gets super heated up. She went into, in Super Saiyan red-eyed mode, and then relaxed as she, her eyes turned back to purple. It really attests to the writers how smart they were and how forward-thinking they were, and how forward-thinking Monty was before he passed, and thinking that in creating this story and creating the backstory for it and this whole world for it, that they were able to have just this small thing where they have different names, different last names for Yang and Ruby. And I think like it's such smart writing, if I'm right, that it's used as the gateway into the next season, and it's just this small thing that they're using to then branch off of and grow out of and create all these new dramas and tensions and things, and that hasn't even happened yet. It's just they're just this revealing of information to us, which will definitely be something later on, but I can already see it in the horizon. Like I see it down the line that it's gonna happen. Like this was such an important scene. This episode was so freaking important to what's going to happen in volumes 3 and 4, in my opinion, because that small amount of detail, and that there was another woman, and Ruby's mom died, and that Crow and Ospin and Ruby and Yang's father were all incorporated with each other. There's so much backstory that we just don't know. And Ospin, I'm so excited to find out about this stuff, guys. I'm just so excited, and I don't even know. I'm gonna just keep spewing stuff. I don't even know what else to talk about. Yeah, so I'm so pumped for the next episode.
So like, comment, subscribe down below. Let me know, guys, what you guys thought of this episode. Let me know what you guys thought of my reaction, my review on it. Let me know what you guys think. If you're watching this for the first time with me, then please let me know what your theories are as well. Let's see what's going on. I don't know what's up, so you guys let me know. Let's do this together. And as always, my otakus, Jedi Otaku out.
Hey otakus, if you like this video and you want to see more, click the subscribe button down below, or check out this video here on my left. Or is it your right, my left? Or is it your left, my right? This internet thing is confusing. Guys, help. Anybody? Do I work with anybody? Or do it? Hello? Hello? Hello?